Welcome to Spread the
Word.
Sorry. Welcome to December's Spread the Word. Welcome to December's Spread the Word. The holiday episode.
Okay, so this month, I did a book called I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. Part of the reason that I wanted to do this book because, so what, it was like 2 years ago, I read this book called Faerie by Courtney Summers. They're both young adult thrillers, but like, I had never read a young adult book like that. I had never really read a book like that, generally. It was so good. And I feel like I've been hunting down that experience in a book ever since then. Do you have books like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So many.
So I picked up this book. It said specifically for fans of Sadie and cereal. And I was like,
Wow.
That's me. A gripping thriller about a missing girl, a shocking confession, and a podcast looking for answers. I Killed Zoe Spanos follows a young woman named Anna Ciccone. I love saying her name. So she's just graduated high school. By the skin of her teeth, and she's going to be a nanny for some folks in the Hamptons. But Heron Mills is like a little village. It's a bedroom community. Like it's definitely full of lots and lots of rich people. So she's going to nanny this little girl. Paisley. So she's going to nanny Paisley, and when Anna gets to Heron Mills, right away she takes Paisley out to go to the beach, and one of the lifeguards and like family, like folks who live there, they're like coming up. Paisley like very eager to introduce her to everybody, and they all have this like very taken aback reaction to Anna, and apparently it's because she bears an unbelievably striking resemblance to a young woman named Zoe Spanos who has been missing since that January. Through the book, you're following Anna trying to find find out more about Zoe, because she keeps feeling like she's remembering things about Zoe that she could never remember because she never knew Zoe. And so it's like, am I being like haunted? Am I going crazy? Did I know her? Because part of the reason that she almost didn't graduate from high school was because she was like supreme party girl, like multiple blackout drunk party girl.
Okay.
And it's not like it's that far from Brooklyn to go there for a weekend, so maybe she did know her. She doesn't know, but it's like she's remembering the distinct things about Zoe. You flash forward in the narrative to Anna in a correctional facility in New York, awaiting trial.
Whoa.
How do you get there?
It is a wild ride. It is a wild ride. It really, really is. Another element of the book, a third perspective that you get probably about halfway through, is this young woman, Martina Green, who is the host of the Missing Zoe podcast. So she's the best friend of the younger sister, of Zoe's younger sister. And so she's like an aspiring journalist. And so she's like, I want to do something. And so she starts this podcast, and she starts digging into stuff as well. The truth is much more complicated, much more nuanced, and like super heartbreaking.
Okay.
Where'd my wine go?
Oh, that's Susan.
That's the question. That's the question of the year.
Sorry.
Where's my wine? Okay. So, if anyone's familiar with 1970s Afghanistan political culture, this book will come as no shock to you. Just kidding. I don't know anything about it. Yes. Okay. So it takes place, as I mentioned, in 1970s Afghanistan. The main character, Daniel, he's a U.S. citizen, I guess, because he works for the U.S. government, but his father was Afghani and his mother, I think, was American. He lived most of his life in Afghanistan, and now he works for USAID, and he's like working for the program to rid Afghanistan of the poppy fields. So they're trying to convince all the farmers to stop planting poppies and start planting wheat. And it's going not great. And the book opens actually with a really kind of jarring and startling scene where he is holding a dead girl in his arms. And as it unfolds, you find out that he and his wife were driving somewhere for their anniversary. And a young girl who's from like this clan called like the Colchis, which they're sort of like nomadic people who mostly live in tents, and they do a lot of nomadic farming, and they work at a lot of the poppy fields. She had run across the road, and he hit her, and she died. And yeah, I mean, she's like 9 or something. And he goes to find the village to like tell her parents what happened, and they tell him to go find this other dude, Taj. This all leads to Taj learning that Daniel works for the USAD. It turns out Taj is an opium con. A manticore was like the nickname for them. He ends up blackmailing Daniel to get him to not destroy the poppy field that they had like just driven by, but to do a different one. So like that's like one part of the story that's unfolding. The other side is like Daniel starts being sort of haunted by the young girl. He's trying to figure out what to do because he's clearly making really bad decisions in order to like deal with this blackmailing, and people are noticing. Also, as per the time, there's like this huge rival, like the country is sort of becoming in turmoil from the like fight between the communists and the monarchy, which all erupts eventually into the story as well. But just like thinking about the role of the poppy fields, that the idea that you can just like crush the production of a drug and not deal with the demand for the drug, which is all coming from first world countries, the United States mainly, and think that that is going to work and like not cause issues with the people there. If political thrillers aren't your jam, I would definitely say give it a try. And if they are, definitely give it a try. It's good.
Okay, so The Queen of Nothing. This is the third in the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black. The first one is The Cruel Prince. The second one is The Wicked Kings. And then we have The Queen of Nothing.
Oh.
This one is the best of the whole series.
Wow.
I mean, which is very rare for the third one to be the best. But they're all amazing. But this one I was just like,
Sorry, what was your reaction?
I'll just go back to the first book. I'm really just like holding this one because this came out in paperback recently. The Cruel Prince, it starts with Jude and her twin sister Taryn and their other sister Vivi are at home with their mother and father when a man comes who is obviously not a man. And he walks in and he basically looks at Vivi and says, "You're coming with me," because apparently their mother used to live in the realm of faerie. He's like, give me my child back, we're going. But not before he kills both the mother and the father.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this
Kills them. Yeah. Well, so like technically she's part human, part, you know, because the mother is
the
human.
mother's, and he's gonna
She's
kill
mortal.
the mother. But it's
So-
but also his daughter. So he, you know, they were together.
Yes. Yeah.
He's
So
like,
they
"I
were
will kill
together
you
in
now."
faerie, and she escaped faerie with the child,
Interesting.
with this other mortal man who also lived in faerie.
Oh man, this is terrible.
And now they live.
This is complicated.
Yeah. So now they live in the real world. They
Sounds
had
like
twins.
Sabrina.
They had twins together, Jude and Taryn. And so he's a general, and he's a red cap, which a red cap is the big thing that they do is they take their cap and they dip it in the blood of their victims.
Oh my god.
In war.
Yikes. Wait, this is the fairy guy?
Yes,
He's
Maddock. His name is Maddock. And he tells their mother, I don't know if he would have killed her otherwise, but he tells her mother, "Don't run from me." And she runs, and he like just mows her down
Oh my god.
in front of the twins and Vivi.
The daughter that he's trying to take away.
So he takes all of them because now he feels like he has a responsibility to the other two children.
Now he feels like he has a responsibility for
Yes,
something?
he's
Okay.
very like
Well, so like you killed them, so yeah, they're gonna be orphans
Yeah.
if you just
Yeah.
leave.
he takes them back into faerie. And one of the things that I really love about this book is, you know, Vivi is part fae, so she can grow up there and be okay. Whereas like Taryn and Jude have to suffer a lot of consequences for being mortal because they're surrounded by these beautiful and often like beautifully cruel or creatures who can manipulate them with magic, and all the while these creatures see them as like basically like rotting corpses because they're mortal, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna die someday.
Yeah. And so they're just constantly feeling like just like a place of zero power. Jude is very power hungry. Jude has like a lot of like very complex emotional baggage that has made her this like living in faerie and being completely powerless and watching your mother and father killed in front of you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some emotional baggage. Yeah. So the series is about Jude taking that power back.
Yeah.
And doing whatever she can to lift herself up in the world of faerie as a mortal, which is really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
I think it sounds fascinating.
Oh
I
gosh,
wanna read it.
It's so good. It's really good. You have moments where you're like, Jude, not everybody is out to get you.
Yeah.
And because she is just like constantly like questioning everybody's motives and just scared of people's true feelings toward her.
Yeah.
And is constantly in like defensive mode and scheming, and you want to be like, Jude, like people can love you.
Yeah.
People can care about you.
Yeah.
But you also understand why she is like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the man who she does see as a father, but then like feels guilty that she sees him that way.
How old was she when he killed her parents?
Oh God, like 7, I think.
Oh no, just old enough to understand what's going on.
Yeah, and in the book she's 17, so she's been 10 years in faerie.
Man. Yeah, sweet baby girl.
Yeah. I mean, Jude is not like, I wouldn't say Jude's like a traditionally likable character. I loved her because I was just like, she is like mowing them all down. And she's mortal.
Yeah.
And she's still kicking ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Folk of the Air series, really good.
In some. Really good. It's exhausting to talk about. I'm exhausted.
I know. It's just Holly Black, it creates a world, guys. Like, she creates a
They're
world.
like normal sized books too, which I appreciate. Like that's good writing.
Yes. There's so much.
Danielle's like, can I come in here?
I know. Anyway, it's great. Please read it.
Danielle's gonna hum for you, and if you get it right, you could win a prize.
Yeah, he sure could. That was December's episode of Spread the Word. We are going into 2021.
Oh God.
Woo.
I mean, yay.
Merry Christmas. Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Happy New Year. Happy, I don't know.
Whatever you are celebrating at this time.
Excellent. Happy Yuletide. And just good job, everybody. Good job.
We
Way
did
to
it.
make it through 2020.
We got through the year.
We're very proud of you.
Yep.
So
Club
is
hand.
Olivia. Olivia, club hand.
I really hope she's in frame for that.
What do we want to sing it out with?
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Oh, baby, all I want for Christmas